I feel like there's a love reading wanting to come out right now. Something maybe on its way to you. Somebody may have an offering. This does not feel like a love bombing situation. I do want to make that clear. This may be a situation that hasn't gone off the ground. Hence why you're viewing this, because you almost have an inkling or a very strong intuitive knowing about somebody specific. That person. And I just feel a lovey-dovey energy, but it's almost like something has been placed as a roadblock between you. It feels like a divine intervention, of course. You know, if it's not happening now, there's always a reason for things. And as much as you know the connection that you feel with this person, I feel like it's also teaching you a lot about coming home to yourself. We have metamorphosis, the king tide, divine masculine energy, and beneath the surface. I feel like you and this person are definitely mirrors for each other. And I feel like you're moving through a lot of resistance in your heart right now to choosing the path of least resistance, is what I'm getting. Initially, I felt a bit of resistance either from you or this person. I feel like there may be some sort of tension or repressed emotions. There's a lot of things that may not be said to one another. There could be this buildup of emotions, but there isn't communication. Like, if you're seeing this, it's because you and this person are not physically communicating. But I felt like the need to have a moment to just breathe into my body. So I feel like this situation could be weighing on you in some ways, or weighing on the both of you. But I feel like you and this person have a way of transmuting and alchemizing that emotion into yourself. Like, putting the feelings that you have towards one another, it feels like you have learned through the separation to give back to parts of yourself that you want to give to one another, if that makes sense. Like, the love that you crave in another, you're giving to yourself. That you did your big one. That's the metamorphosis energy. That's a karmic cycle that you may both have broken out of, is some sort of attachment wounds, or I want to say abandonment and rejection wounds. Maybe something that has come up again and again. This feels like many cycles with this person of, I want to say, a chaser and runner dynamic, but there isn't only one runner, one chaser. It may have been mirrored back and forth. It almost feels like you two never saw eye to eye at the same time. Like, it felt like there were always some kind of interference or some ego involved. Like, it just felt like it was never grounded in the 3D. And you may also be in a space of questioning, like, is this person doing the work? Like, are they healing like I'm healing? Do they see things the way I see them? Or is this just all in my head? Like, you may have had that, like, perspective, or you may be going through these emotions where you're questioning if what you feel is real and if what you're experiencing is mirrored. Are they doing the work? Are they showing up authentically? You know, do they think about me too? And I feel like that may be some doubt and some fear from, I want to say, like, the past. It could be like situations that have happened between you two. It could just be like the projections of each other from the past may be coming up to the surface. It is Mercury retrograde, so you know there could be things that you're experiencing within the dynamic that you're like needing to clear out or move through some resistance to like ground back into your body and trust what you're feeling is real. And it feels like this is something that may be very rooted in a commitment, and I feel like it does have that quality. I want to say I feel like it does take two to make a connection work, and I feel like if this is finding you, you know the love that you offer to somebody. You know that if it's real, it's gonna happen. So I feel like you may be in a space where you're really providing for yourself. I feel like you've become the divine masculine that you seeked from this person, or the divine feminine that you seeked from this person. There's something about you two really balancing your own yin and yang within yourself and realizing that I am my source of happiness. I know the connection that I have with myself is enough. I know that the connection I have with myself is good enough. And I know that you may be affirming to yourself that like, I am good enough, regardless if I'm chosen by this person or if they choose me. You know, like there's something about you realizing you are your own rock. You are your divine masculine. You are that flame. You are that sacred union energy that just keeps going, that just keeps the momentum going. That's that metamorphosis energy. Like you're learning through each other right now that you're good enough and you're allowed the space to remember your power, to returning home to yourself. And I feel like there's an element of gratitude that you and this person really do feel for each other. There's something about you deeply considering the bond that you created with each other and the lessons that you've been really taking to the heart. You know, like there's something about you two really understanding what mission you're meant to lead on. And I feel like there's just a lot of rebirth energy. There's a strong internal shift within this dynamic. It almost feels like you're detached from the outcome. Like there's something about you two returning back to the oneness consciousness, that vibration, that there is no separation. I feel like you're realizing that your commitment to yourself is going to send a strong message to each other. This feels like it's very unconditionally loving, because it may have not always felt this way towards each other because of how much work you both needed to do and how much unlearning and processing you needed to do. But I feel like the meeting of each other was inevitable. The meeting of one another in the timeline, in the space that you were in, meeting each other over and over again was a catalyst, was a massive awakening and an initiation for the both of you. And I feel like if this person may have never told you how much they respect you, or how much they have learned through you, they do have immense gratitude for you, even if they haven't said it to you. I feel like you've cracked some sort of perspective in this person's mind. Like you kind of broke down some sort of ideas, or like you kind of shifted them energetically. I feel like your impact matters to this person, or like your actions have been a catalyst for them, vice versa. Like, it doesn't feel like it's something that breaks you down to nothing. I don't want to say like this is someone that intentionally and purposefully hurts you, but there is an aspect of your authenticity and their authenticity that can crack down their ego, crack down your ego. Because there's something about, again, this avoidant, anxious attachment that you two have mirrored back and forth to each other. And I feel like because you have finally rediscovered parts of yourself and like almost returned to this wholeness, this vibration of love within yourself, I want to say it has made this person think about the past. It has made this person have a lot of tower moments and a lot of, I want to say like rude awakenings, but it feels like it was for their highest good. It feels like there was something so much deeper here. It could have been very surface level in the beginning. It could have been something that made you have to put things into perspective. It made you have to look at yourself. I feel like where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. Where you are energetically and physically and emotionally is exactly in your, it's already written for you. I want to say it's already inevitably happening for your highest timeline. And I feel like the future is kind of unknown right now. There's something unknown. There's a lot of things unknown, but one thing stands true is that you and this person's perspective of each other has shifted in a more lighthearted sense and more of a loving sense. And I feel like it's allowed you to cut any karmic ties that you have to the ego, so to speak. Like, there's something about you and this person's soul mission, or I want to say like the destined and fated meetings that you've had with each other have only allowed you to grow through, and I'm getting like growing pains. Like, as much as that has maybe been confusing for you or challenging, or it's still so like expansive. So there's something about you two deeply considering the connection, and however it moves forward, I feel like it's going to be something that can be worked through, is like the past, right? And like, if you and this person inevitably reconnect, I feel like it could be a very prosperous connection, because there's something about you two that feels like, you know, you're aware of yourselves, you're aware of the feelings that you get about each other, you know, the feeling that you brought one another, and you're not chasing anything that doesn't align for your highest good. So I feel like it may be an inevitable reuniting and reconciliation of this connection. But there's something about you deeply surrendering to what you need to give to yourself, while you two both balance out your yin and your yang, your divine masculine, your divine feminine. Like, there's, time is of the essence here. And I feel like if it's really real, and if it's something that you and this person know is for your best and highest good, it's going to naturally align because you two choose this path, essentially. Yeah, that's the messages that I have in regards to a connection. If you've made it this far, let me know. I would love to hear your feedback and how this message really resonates with you. You're doing amazing, sweetie. I see you. And I do offer personal readings, manifestation ritual with candle magic, and I do have my Starlight family memberships. All of that is going to be linked in the link on here, as well as my TikTok. And I'll see you guys in the next reading.